some more Tetris. Who's ready for part 2?
Letting them top out here. Hang on, stand by a moment.
Here we are getting ready for the 2-player, 1-controller race between Kai and Protomagicalgirl versus KevinDDR and aperturegrillz.
So one of the things to keep in mind with this mode is one of the players is using the stick and the other is using the buttons. So coordination is going to be required between the two, each pair, to place pieces in the correct location and keep the game going.
Yeah, if it wasn't enough with TGM, you basically need control of both the stick and the buttons, but why not?
Yeah, you've seen before at other events, like last at SGDQ, the 2 players, 1 controller lost levels. There you're mostly just holding right and jumping. Here you actually have to react to the RNG of the piece sequence and everything in your stack state. So it'll be really interesting to see how they... Yeah.
And there's quite a few maneuvers that they just won't be able to do because they require a good amount of synchronization between the stick and the buttons. And when you're playing on your own, that's no problem at all. But when you're trying to do a triple rotate and also trying to get the exact movement.
Let's get a countdown here.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go! So you'll see them trying to do simple movements, like we were saying, because the coordination to moves that require precise timing between the joystick movements and the rotation are just too complicated to coordinate.
Yeah.
And you see Kevin and aperturegrillz taking a safe approach of keeping stacked very low. Over on Protomagicalgirl and Kai, they are stacking up, trying to get a little bit of speed.
Now, when it comes to cooperation, Kevin and aperturegrillz are absolutely totally fine with it. The 2 of them actually set the world record in Tetris Grandmaster 2's doubles mode, which is a cooperative mode. And Kevin since beat it by 1 second with a Japanese player in Japan, but they broke a 10-year-old record with their cooperation.
They are real-life roommates, and I've only had roommates for years at a time, and I have never been able to stand one, let alone be able to play Tetris with one after a year.
aperturegrillz says they've been friends for over a decade now, so...
To which Kevin said, wow.
Yeah, Proto thinks it's the ultimate test of a relationship, and she and Kai are up to that challenge.
So at this point, both groups are past level 100. As the gravity starts to increase, it's going to be interesting to see how the teams react to this. One of the major things as the gravity gets higher is piece mobility, and that starts to require a lot of synchronization between the stick and the buttons. So let's see how they react as the gravity gets higher.
Particularly if they manage to break level 500, it's going to get very difficult because that's when the gravity goes instant.
Yeah, and when the gravity goes instant, you're going to rely a lot more on synchronized movements, which obviously isn't so possible when you have 2 people at the controls.
Right, and you notice right now they're stacking relatively flat, but as the speed increases, they'll start to stack with the center columns a bit higher, which will help with the piece mobility because you do get about 30 frames to maneuver the piece before it locks down automatically.
But if the piece falls down, that timer resets.
True. So they are pretty close. It looks like Kevin and aperturegrillz are slightly ahead.
They've just reached 200, so the speed curve is resetting for them, but only for a very brief period of time.
Yeah, at about 30 levels, it picks back up and then very quickly gets faster than you've experienced yet in the game.
Both teams with a relatively clean stack, a misdrop on Kevin and aperturegrillz' side, but it's very fixable.
Oh, and they're going to do a sweet J-tuck or L-tuck there.
That is a wonderful maneuver. Now, one thing that's worth noting is that there's a short buffering time between each piece in this game. And as the gravity gets higher, they're going to make a lot of use of that. So you can buffer both movements and rotations. Ideally, they'll be using placement techniques that only require movement with the stick and simple rotations that you can do in the buffering time.
Yeah, if you can place pieces without even having to rotate them, that is the easiest thing, because then it's only up to one player to do the work.
This buffer time is also about half a second long. So with a single person, obviously your brain is going to work that fast, but with two people, you have to be able to communicate this move while this time is up or while the piece is dropping.
And as the gravity increases, communicating while the piece is dropping increasingly becomes less of an option.
Right, yeah, and now Kevin and aperturegrillz have reached 300, which the speed starts to go very fast at that point. We call it in the community awkward G because it varies from 2G to 5G at this point up until 500. And so you're never quite sure exactly what moves are possible. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you make it over a gap.
And to elaborate, a G is 1 cell per frame. So at this point, if it's at 5G, you might not even be able to get the piece all the way to the side before it's hit your stack.
Now, looking over at Proto and Kai, you can actually see Kai pointing at the screen as to where they intend to place pieces. It's a very useful technique that you can do because you only need to put one hand on the controller.
And it especially helps aid the communication when you are short on time, so getting those words out is a problem.
Right.
You can see on Kevin and aperturegrillz side right now that they are using a lot more of the lock delay, or the time before a piece actually locks when it hits the stack, to figure out where they're actually going to put the piece.
Oh, I think they were on a pretty big eye drought there, but they seem to have made it past. You also notice that they are stacking the column 9 quite a bit lower from the rest of their stack, and that is to aid the rotation of the eyepiece into that Tetris well. The way the pieces move here, there's no floor kicks to raise up that eyepiece, so it can be very frustrating to new players when they try to rotate an eyepiece into a Tetris well, and they just can't.
And learning how the eyepiece operates is really one of the biggest parts of learning TGM, because it definitely operates different from the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, the eyepiece rotates along what is essentially its third column. So if you were to rotate it and there was nothing in the way, it'll rotate along the third column. What that means is if you want to rotate it down the right side, you need a 2x2 square, basically, in order to fit it in. But if you want to do it on the left, you need a 3x2.
Yeah, and that's the reason why it's almost exclusively done for a right side Tetris well. Proto and Kai are running into a bit of trouble here.
They're hanging in there, but it's looking pretty dire.
And this is going to be the one.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, with that.
Nice work to Proto and Kai. Congratulations. Making it to 421 is quite an accomplishment.
Extremely impressive.
Meanwhile, Kevin and Aperture have just crossed the threshold into 20G.
And I think that they may have met all of the GM requirements to this point.
They have.
However, at this point, the game is now at its hardest level, so it's going to...
Yes!
Oh, that was a wonderful move that takes so much synchronization. I'm honestly surprised they attempted it.
Yeah, same.
At this
And
point,
they're going to tuck that T underneath. Ooh.
It's also worth noting that this mode will actually put a lot more strain on the person controlling the stick than it does the person controlling the buttons. The person controlling the stick actually has to press down to manually lock pieces in on every single piece, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get the time requirement to get GM.
Yeah, they do have a couple of holes in the stack, but they have a nice pyramid shape. So even though they're stacking up a little bit higher, they're still pretty stable at this point.
And they're
Yeah,
even getting
sometimes it's
down to
worth it.
those.
Sometimes it's worth it to just stack over difficult holes and try to just clear back down and hopefully get them later.
Nice
Wonderful
T-spin.
So it's worth noting they couldn't get that eyepiece over to the left in that case because they didn't have the needed space for it to rotate. So they had to opt for a column or close to the center of the stack. And you have to make those decisions on the fly because if you make the attempt to get it over there and then you fail, you've just made a much larger mess to clean up than if you had placed it somewhere in the center.
Oh, getting some really nice down stacking there. Oh, a nice J teleport. And a great skim.
They've been doing a lot of complicated overhangs, but are actually very simple to execute. So if you know how to set them up, it's a really nice maneuver to use.
Oh, and getting a Tetris. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm hearing a lot of communication between them, but sometimes it's not even directions. They'll say something just like skim, and generally they'll know what's happening, like where to put it, because in some ways, while there are many places to put a piece, there are only a few smart places to put a piece. So then many players will just automatically gravitate towards that spot.
Yeah, when you get to this level, I mean, when we watch each other's games. Oh! Yes.
They're going to need a bailout from the RNG, and they didn't get it. No! But a 752 from Kevin and aperturegrillz.
That's
amazing.
incredible.
An amazing run.
That was a great attempt. 2P1C looks very difficult in Tetris. Can I get one more round of applause for all of these runners? Great job. Let's get a couple more donations in before round 3. We have $150 from MechaRichter13 who says, hey, it's MechaRichter. Just wanted to donate most of the remainder of what was donated to me to get to SGDQ. This community is amazing and has made me feel real blessed to be a part of it. Good luck to the TGM crew and continue to kick butt. $100 donation from Tetris's Master Blocks. Line piece, line piece, line piece. $50 donation from Nusha. Had to donate during one of my all-time favorite games. Good luck on the rest of the run. About less than $2,000 to go before the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction cow level incentives met. So get that money in so we can see the cow level. We are already over $1,000 already into our Kingdom Hearts 2 incentive. Well done. $1,179 out of $30,000 for the Kingdom Hearts 2 Bonus Game 3 Final Mix incentive. So coming up next here, we have Eon with Tetris the Grandmaster Rev Mode incentive. It's going to be pretty awesome. And then later on, we have Tetris TGM3 Terror Instinct with KevinDDR. We have a $50 donation from 101 Nickels. GDQ is always a wonderful event, and it's great to see donations and salutations coming in from all over the world to support Doctors Without Borders. The Tetris Grandmaster exhibitions never fail to impress. Thanks to the Grandmasters and tech crew for making this happen. Also, greetings from America. $15 donation from Valora. I stayed up so I can watch this run live. Good luck to the awesome Poexel and keep up the great marathon work, everyone. And hail the Demon Chocobo. $100 from Anonymous. Hey all, great work for a great cause. I've been watching this marathon since its first year and always try to donate during one of Squaresoft's masterpieces. Put this towards Ness's favorite food, pizza, because sometimes anime just isn't enough. $20 from Temporal Scallywag. 2 years ago, I was introduced to GDQ, and in particular, a run of the best RPGs there is, Chrono Trigger. Watching Essentia and Poexel's run made me fall in love with the speedrunning community, and so being able to donate towards one of the runners who brought me into this is a big thing for me. All right, sounds good. Now next we have Eon with our incentive, Tetris the Grandmaster Rev Mode. Let's hear it for Enchantress of Numbers.
Welcome to Tetris the Grandmaster 1 Rev Mode. This was a donation incentive, so I'd say let's just get started, because I feel like Rev Mode kind of explains itself.
It really does.
All right, would you like to count me down, please?
All right.
Sure.
Let's, all right, so we're going to count up to 3 and then go, because this is Rev Mode. So 1, 2, 3, go! So this is Rev Mode. This is perfectly normal Tetris being played exactly how Tetris was meant to be played.
Yes.
That's it. That's all the commentary I have for this entire run.
Yeah,
so you notice that before we were stacking with our Tetris well to the right, I'm stacking with it to the left now because the game is essentially rotated 180 degrees.
Yeah, if you really want to cheat, you can put this code on and then stand behind your arcade cabinet and control the controls with your hands swapped. I've actually tried it, and it does work. It just makes your neck hurt really, really bad. So, yeah, doing it legitimately, staring at it like this, like Enchantress is doing, is really hard. It takes a lot of practice to kind of reshape your brain to make this work.
Yeah, it was basically like a year of learning Tetris from scratch to get my first GM in this.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, Eon is the only Grandmaster ranked Rev Mode player outside of Japan.
Yeah, there's only one person who cleared it, right? But he didn't fulfill the requirements.
Yeah, he was a little slow. He got an S8 rank and was about a minute behind the time requirement as well.
Boy, what a casual.
Right?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, mathed myself.
Dang it.
Okay.
So yeah, for the first part of the game, this is really kind of the same as playing the 8-way, except for, you know, going the right direction this time.
Yeah.
We are going to be attempting to upstack to a pretty decent height for the same time attack purposes as we were downstacking earlier. Not quite as...
I think you have that flipped. Yeah, she's trying to downstack, right?
I'm
Build a lot of
trying.
material. It's confusing, I know.
I am trying my best. If this mode hurts your brain, you're not alone. It hurts mine too.
Yeah.
It really took me like multiple hours of playing over multiple sessions before I stopped like getting headaches from playing it too much. So
Yeah, if you think that, like, you know, if you're maybe a decent Tetris player and you think, you know, oh, this doesn't seem that bad, right? It would just take a little while of getting used to. Well, I suggest that you try it for yourself.
Yeah,
because,
it is significantly more difficult than it looks.
Another annoying thing about playing this game is, so, of course, you're pushing the pieces up. You use up on the joystick, which normally is never used in this game.
yes, up is normally a safe button or a safe direction to press. So if I'm throwing a piece over to the side and trying to quickly tap it back, sometimes a common misdrop for me is to lock it before I tap it back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, normally, like in standard play, you just kind of roll your hand through up because it doesn't matter, it doesn't do anything. And then so if she does that here, then they'll just lock the piece.
Yep. Yeah, this mode is just, you have to like physically and mentally completely relearn Tetris. It's absolutely insane.
I got those nice callouts.
These combo strats.
And the combo.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
That was like several singles in a row. That was amazing.
I'm gonna try the Tetris line clear.
Yo, the Tetris line clear. Shoutouts to Tetris Concept. Not Tetris Concept,
Company.
the Tetris Company, one of the TCs. A couple of days ago, they discovered some incredible new Tetris tech and tweeted it to us about how if you're looking for new Tetris strats, you should try the Tetris line clear.
Yeah.
Eon, you had an opportunity to do the reverse Babe Come to Column 5 there, and I'm very disappointed in you for not doing it.
Sorry, I just saw a piece I could put under there.
It's
So now we're in awkward G, so things are starting to get a little fast.
Yeah, we call this awkward G because while being very fast, it's not 20G. Oh, nice cover. So sometimes it can be very unpredictable where your piece is going to end up when you hold left or right. It might make it over some gap halfway down the playfield, and it might not. Especially, it's particularly annoying because not only is the gravity like this, it continually changes, and it actually even goes back down. It reaches a peak at, I think, level 370, then goes down until level 420, and then starts going up again until the maximum. I don't know. It's confusing.
We call it awkward G for a reason.
Yeah.
That is kind of what you need to know.
This is looking good.
Applause for the Tetris line clear, yes.
It's rare new tech, you know. Top Tetris researchers spent many hours figuring out that this was possible.
Who knew that there was a better move than a T-spin triple?
I don't know what that is.
Shoutouts to right side Tetris Wells.
What is a right side Tetris well? I've never heard of this.
We know what that is, and it's the wrong thing, but she's making it work.
So the generally safe way to play in awkward G, excuse me, in awkward G time is to basically play it like it's really slow 20G, but we want to go a little bit faster than that. So we're going to be trying to take, there we go. Gonna try to take advantage of some of awkward G's leniency without making it too difficult for ourselves.
All right.
This is fine.
Oh, that's really bad.
This is fine. I have never seen a better game in my life.
Yeah, so she's really going to need to deal with these nice triple rotate, but unfortunately gets the wrong. Okay, and give an eye. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. It can be so hard to deal with center holes. Yeah, stopped at 499, so that's halfway through the game.
And it turns out rev mode is really hard still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only gotten 3 GMs. Earlier today, I got a PB improvement by 17 seconds. So
yeah, that's
what,
like
12?
three
Yes.
ever,
Three
like
ever.
ever achieved in the West here.
Yeah.
So making it halfway is like awesome. All right, so that's rev mode. That awesome. Thank you so much for making that incentive happen. Now we are going to be getting ready for Tetris the Grandmaster 3.
Thank you, Eon. That was an awesome run. $64 donation from the J-Link. Hey there. Shez from Age again. 8 runners stacking a bunch of squares. This calls for 8 squared more dollars. Once again, donation goes to my friend Eon's choice as she turns the game upside down for rev mode. $16 donation from Apple Avocado. It's hard to pick who my favorite runner is since you all are so awesome, but this $16 goes to Puexel's choice. Good luck and RNG to you, and my thanks to you and Essentia, in particular, for all your many CT runs and keeping my childhood memories vibrant. Excuse me. $65 donation from Cine, donating for the tally of Bionic Commando relearned related mishaps that have occurred to this point at SGDQ. Shoutouts to the Xbox 360 controller that didn't exist. $25 donation from Melina. Working night shift means I might not be able to see one of my favorite streamers, Chelny, play Mega Man 4 later today, so I thought I would get my donation in now. Good luck, Chelny. $25 donation from El Micha. Just wanted a chance for the music box and the Corsair custom computer. Money goes to Announcer's Choice. Speaking of the music box, $25 minimum donation is required for that. $5 donation minimum for the Tetris Perler earrings, and a $10 minimum donation for the Tetris Pixel magnets. $5 donation from Tsunami. I said in the Chrono Speedruns Discord that I'd donate $5 if you did anything newer than 2015, and I saw a cake and dash. Good luck, and may the noose be with you. $50 donation from Shadowlink6. Of course I have to donate during one of my favorite RPGs. Shoutouts to the runners and tech crew for making this event awesome. Also, shout out to my fellow Chrono Trigger buddies, Justin and Allie. Keep up the great work. $25 donation from Joshua Z. Wanted to get a donation in during what is probably my favorite SNES game, Chrono Trigger. Best of luck to Puexel. Enjoyed watching you run Illusion of Gaia last year, and looking forward to seeing this long RPG get similarly destroyed. Speaking of destroyed, so it should be for the animals. $20 donation from Jack Kaiser. Finally time for Chrono Trigger, which is not only my favorite RPG, but also one of the best ever made and what I would consider a true work of gaming art. My only regret is that we're watching a speedrun of this game. We'll be hearing Yasunori Masuda's amazing soundtrack a little less than normal. Puexel, thank you for running this game for us, and the best of luck on the run. GDQ staff and support, thank you for your hard work and sacrifice. And thank you to Doctors Without Borders for giving our community a chance to support you as much as we can. We're proud of everything you do. $10 donation from Anonymous. It's finally Chrono Trigger time. This is the game of my childhood, and I'm excited to see it being ran this SGDQ. Here's $5 from both myself and my sister, who is watching this with me. So speaking of Doctors Without Borders earlier, Doctors Without Borders is an international independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in 69 countries in 2015. On any one day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises throughout the world. They are doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, ophthalmologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. $9.96 donation from Nifty255. Yo, Puexel. Watching your Chrono Trigger runs is always a fun pastime for me. Watching them while puns are thrown around is even better. They are simply epoch. So just as a reminder, we're about $1,500 away from meeting the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction cow level incentive. So if you want to see the cow level, please get those donations in. $5 donation from Sylv. Despite the long setup times, Tetris never disappoints. Keep going, keep being awesome. Thank you for all the work, especially Tech Crew. $50 donation from the J-Link. One more time from Chez Fromage. This goes to your choice, dear announcer, because you timed my other comments so well. Oh, it's Chez Fromage. Thank you so much, J-Link. $10 donation from Casavir. Donation number 2. I wanted to donate for Sanda Time, but I needed some sleep, so I missed it. So here's my donation now. Thank you for all the great runs. SGDQ is one of my highlights of my year. $50 donation from Ego Poison. Chrono Trigger is my second favorite Square SNES game. Got another 50 lined up if the announcer can guess my favorite. Hint, Neko. $50 donation from Anonymous. All these donations bring tears to my eyes. Let's set a new record this year and keep helping MSF do their best work. Oh, and of course we have to go fast. Save the frames and kill the animals. $26.66 donation from Hasun. How on earth did this game not make it to the SNES Mini? Put this donation towards giving Robo the name Ryan D in honor of a true gentleman and Summer Jam scholar Ryan Davis. Quick update on Save Kill. Kill the Animals is winning with $62,195, while Save the Animals is a little behind at $16,222. Kill is ahead by $1,973. So again, if you want to go save those animals and not worry about the frames, please put in for Save the Animals. We have a $500 donation from Meg Turney. I always donate during Andy's run, but I wanted to get it in a little early this year. Andy, you're going to do great. Donation goes to saving those frames and killing those animals. And don't forget, coming up is the next Tetris block after TGM. $25 donation from Andrea Snett. Amazing runs from the TGM crew tonight and great commentary from Proto in the 8-player race. Money goes to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix because the more speedruns we have, the more chances we have to go fast. Speaking of the Kingdom Hearts incentive for Bonus Game 3 Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, we are $1,579 into that incentive out of $30,000. $5 donation from Amethyst. I am loving this Tetris block. Never thought I'd be so enthralled watching colored blocks move. All the renders are doing great this SGDQ. Here are just some more great moments. Oh, and to killing the animals. $50 donation from Joseph Soli. First time donating, love these streams, save the frames. $100 donation from Anonymous. Never donated before, but seems like a good cause. My brother just became a doctor. $50 donation from Koisi Chan. No comment. Anonymous donates $57.30 and says, donating during KevinDDR's amazing speedruns. The music game community gathers around to watch you every time. Remember to never be ignorant at getting goals accomplished. $140 donation from WinWizard. Couldn't resist donating when I heard Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix was only halfway there. Definitely want to see that one. Good luck to all the runners. As for Kingdom Hearts 2, again, so far we have raised $1,654 out of 30,000 needed. So if you would like to see bonus games through Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, please get those donations in. $10 donation from Anonymous. Let's go, KevinDDR. From a fellow DDR player, good luck. Max 300. We'll be right back. Just going to play an ad from Twitch. Welcome back to SGDQ 2017. A couple more donations here before we begin Tetris. $50 donation from Alistair. I made a silly tweet about the great upside down Tetris master run, and my phone won't shut up from the love. So I'm going to donate as thanks to you all for making my night. Heroes never die. $50 donation from Zarko. Hey SGDQ, loving the runs, but sadly I need to sleep soon. Thanks again for all the amazing entertainment and work y'all do. Shoutouts from Tennessee and save the animals. $50 donation from Alex Wife. No comment. So while we're waiting for Tetris to keep going here, I have a challenge for everyone. The bonus game 3 Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix incentive is at $1,844. I bet if everyone in chat donated $5 that we would at least get close to that $15,000 challenge, which is halfway to the $30,000 incentive. Let's see some donations toward that. $10. We're good? All right. Let's do this. All right, so without further ado, we do have Tetris with KevinDDR. Take it away, Kevin.
All right.
All right.
Am I live?
Yeah.
Ew. So first of all, I'd like to really apologize for what has happened today. We discussed setup details with the GDQ crew ahead of time, and setup was a little different than what I expected, and as a result, audio turned out to be a total nightmare. The new capture cards being used turned out to be a total nightmare. But nonetheless, the game is up and running. I hope I can play it well. So let's get going. This is Tetris the Grandmaster 3 Terror Instinct, and I'll start off with Shirase mode.
Yep.
Okay.
And then no hold, right?
And then Master? Yeah, sure. So this has been a bit of a white whale for me at GDQ up until now. I failed to complete this mode 3 times now.
3 times,
So,
yeah.
you know, maybe 3rd, 4th try is the charm. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll let other people talk because I have to focus.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, and here we go.
Now, this is the fastest mode in all of TGM. It starts at speeds pretty much almost as fast as you get in TGM2.
Yeah, and the big addition with this game is the hold queue. So you'll see that Kevin is using it extensively to be able to even survive at this level.
Yeah, this is important to keep in mind for the incentive later. Just look at how much I'm using hold right now. That's kind of a technique that a lot of players who don't play much TGM3, they don't really, I guess they don't realize how quite important it is, but players who started on TGM 1 and 2 and switched to TGM 3, I actually know one player who's a very good TGM 1, 2, and 3 player